Is there going to be problems at the MVP camp? Currently, we have Shericka Jackson and Tia Clayton, the two standout female athletes at the MVP track club right now. We know that Shericka Jackson is of course a champion. She's the seasoned athlete. She's been doing exceptionally well for the past couple of seasons. But out of the blue, here comes Tia Clayton carving her own path. And of course, she has announced herself to the world last year, and as far as things are concerned, it seems as if it's no turning back. But there's something pretty interesting about this scenario, and I want to drag your mind back all the way back to Elaine Thompson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Now, in previous years, Shelly-Ann was the face of the MVP track club. She was winning medals, she was winning races, she was getting the sponsorships, she was bringing that level of attention to the MVP track club that Stephen Francis really wanted. But fast forward some years later, Elaine Thompson here came onto the scene. Of course, she was there until suddenly she exploded into stardom. She carved her own path and she started winning medals. She started winning Olympic Games. She started giving Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce some serious challenges over there at the MVP track club. Lo and behold, a couple of years later, we saw where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce left the MVP track club, and of course she gave no explanation. But of course, we would have come to understand that there was a serious issue between Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson here at the MVP track club. And here's where things get serious. There has been a theory that two star athletes will not be able to get along at the MVP track club. This is going to cause some serious problems. As we would have known, Shelly-Ann was the one that was the dominant face. But of course, there came a younger, more vibrant Elaine Thompson here, and it would have seen, I'm not sure about it, but is it possible though that Elaine started getting preferential treatment or attention over an older Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? The fact that Elaine had more shelf life left, I'm not sure, but I've heard that argument before, that Elaine was starting to get Steven's attention because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce looked as if she was in the winding down phase. Of course, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce left the MVP and she showed them that she was not finished. She did some crazy stuff since leaving the MVP, running her fastest times ever, and she has been doing extremely well except for the couple of seasons that she has been injured. But that's just a theory. But if that theory holds true, we have to look at the situation with Shericka Jackson and Tia Clayton. Remember, Shericka Jackson is the seasoned athlete over there doing her thing, and she's doing extremely well. But of course, time is of essence, and for Shericka Jackson, her time, or should I say her age, is ticking away. And of course, in comparison to Tia Clayton, there's a huge gap. So Tia Clayton, in my estimation, has a really long time before her to do all kind of stuff. So is there going to be a problem between Shericka Jackson and Tia Clayton, because they will be investing a lot in Tia? The fact that she is at the right age right now, she's probably just about to reach 21. So think about that. She's running some really good time so far, being so young. Can you just imagine what Stephen Francis might be thinking? Okay, we need to focus on this young lady because Shericka Jackson will soon be off the stage. Hopefully this time around there is no problem in this kind of setup, but I almost want to believe that if Tia starts beating Shericka Jackson, we're going to have some problems, because in sports, athletes don't usually do well with their rival being in the same camp, or they just don't do well with rivalry. Point blank, that's just a given. But let's be honest, this Tia Clayton girl looks like she's going somewhere, right? She looks as if she has some serious potential. And we know Steven and the MVP, they have the magic one when it comes on to transforming female athletes. So if that's the situation, we could be in for a very serious treat. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce came up as an underdog under the tutelage of Stephen Francis. She dominated in spite of persons not wanting her to take Veronica Campbell-Brown's space. And we see she has not looked back since then. She has been exceptional. We have seen Elaine Thompson in a similar manner. She came up in the MVP not doing much, but when Stephen Francis took her, she just went off the chart. She was just crazy with her performances. And here we have Tia Clayton, another possible candidate for Stephen Francis to do some magic with, and we are looking. But let's hope that this just brings some fire beneath Shericka's wings, that she'll push harder and get some medals. What do you think? Let's talk about it in the comment section, man.